Fade in, interior Malpensa Airport, Gate 26, Milan, day. We open on Lee, 31, sporting a formal button-up and khakis as he stands in front of the departure panel tapping his foot. Sitting a few steps behind him in the seats of Gate 26 are Jonah, 33, wearing low-hanging sunglasses under his headphones, holding a family-sized M&M pack, and Amy, 30, who is wearing sweats and reading a magazine. Lee's suitcase is rolled slightly in front of his empty seat, supposedly saving it. That is until a kid, 3 to 5, stumbles onto it, staring at Amy and Jonah. Amy looks over at him and smiles awkwardly, hoping he will turn away. Jonah then pops his head from behind Amy and waves to the kid, who looks longingly at his M&Ms before putting a handful into his mouth and smiling sarcastically. When the kid begins to throw a tantrum, Lee turns back instinctively, realizing his seat has been taken.
Yeah, kid, you might want to move.
He holds out an M&M for the kid, then takes it back and eats it chuckling, causing it to run away as Jonah screams after it.
No, I'm sorry.
He then slouches back down, eating another M&M.
Please place my bag closer to my seat to hold my spot. I'm going to make sure I line up before people start, just in case.
He starts heading to the counter, looking back to check that Amy has followed his instructions. Lee points to the suitcase and back to his seat. Amy gives him a thumbs up cluelessly as he struggles to get his point across. She finally rolls the bag to him. He aggressively grabs it and turns around, waving her off back to her seat. Amy's attention turns to Jonah, whose eyes are closed and whose head is tipped back against the seat, listening to Daniel Caesar while pouring handfuls of M&Ms into his mouth.
Before you start, I'm going to listen to my Daniel Caesar piece.
Jonah, I cannot believe you're hungover on a job, listening to your little indie music and scaring off children.
It's R&B, thank you.
He chucks another handful into his mouth. In the distance, arguing by the gate counter can be heard. Lee and the flight attendant.
Sir, I'm just asking if this is your bag. It is quite large and will need to be checked in. This flight is very full.
With all due respect, I paid for this ticket. I have a right to one carry-on.
Sir, do you understand that if everyone doesn't comply with this, the flight can't take off?
Because of one bag? Ma'am, that's factually inaccurate. I got here first to go in first.
Amy sinks down into her seat, hoping to disappear. Jonah holds a green M&M up to the ceiling, then takes one side of his headphones out and sits up to speak to Amy, who is still listening to Lee's conversation.
Do you ever notice how
She looks over at him.
every country picks a different color scheme for their public spaces?
She gestures for him to be quiet as she tries to turn back to Lee.
Jonah, wait, shut up.
No, but like, Amy.
She stares blankly at him again.
Look at the floor here. Why is it checkered?
He points to the ceiling.
And everything is green, too.
She rolls her eyes and her focus tensely shifts back to Lee and the flight attendant.
Exactly. This is so I can collect your bag without a rush. The first that arrive are the ones we are sending.
No. I don't see how that would be logical if I would get into the flight first, hence having plenty of space for my bag.
Then Jonah stands, persisting with his point to Amy and blocking her view of Lee.
Listen, I'm just bringing up something that needs to be talked about. In the UK, everything is blue and orange. For some reason, here it's these colors, and in the US it's just gray. Just saying it's weird.
The conversation far away continues as Amy moves Jonah out of the way.
Sir, please calm down. This is not that big of a deal.
Amy looks increasingly worried as some airport security starts to head towards a fiery Lee. She shouts over Jonah's shoulder.
Lee!
He looks back at Amy, ignoring her reminder to stay put.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. You think you can just gaslight me into thinking you aren't targeting me right now?
Amy's eyebrows raise as she defeatedly falls back into her chair. Jonah offers her an M&M, and she takes it.
I'm not... Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop raising your voice.
I'm not raising my... You are raising your voice.
Seriously, sir...
She then nods to security, and they take a raging Lee to a detainment room. Amy's eyes grow wide in fear.
Shit, Jonah.
She watches Lee and hesitantly gets up, then sits back down.
Where's Lee going? He's gonna miss the flight.
Fade out.